warm welcome to AD4 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital. I am Merciful Ajinamo. A professor of construction management and the immediate past deputy vice chancellor administration, Mr. Kabir Mala, has formally been made the new vice chancellor of Ahmadu Bello University in Kaduna State, Nigeria, taking over from Ibrahim Garba, whose tenure expired on April 30th. The Deputy Director of Public Affairs of the institution, Awal Umar, made this known in a statement in Zaria on Thursday. He said the new Vice-Chancellor received the handing over note at a simple ceremony in the University's Senate chamber from the Acting Vice-Chancellor, Danladi Ame. The new Vice-Chancellor said all hands must be on deck to take the university to greater heights and work together in the overall interest of the university. He further expressed gratitude to his predecessor Ibrahim Garba for all his good works and wished him well in his future endeavors. Still in Nigeria, the Kano State Governor Abdullahi Ganduje has asked President Muhammadu Buhari to relax the 14-day total lockdown imposed on the state. President Buhari had on Monday ordered a total lockdown in the state as part of measures to curb the spread of coronavirus disease. He also announced the deployment of a team of health experts to investigate the rising cases of unusual deaths in the state. Meanwhile, the federal government of Nigeria has released new guidelines for the next phase of coronavirus containment. One of the guidelines, which were signed by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, stated that anyone without a face mask in public will be prosecuted. The guidelines were also specific about information to the general public, guidance to state and security agencies, and description of activities allowed under the new phase. Boss Mustafa said anyone who presents a temperature of above 38 degrees Celsius will be mandated to return home and call the Nigeria Center for Disease Control for evaluation. Anyone violating the curfew in a non-emergency situation will be prosecuted. Anyone attending a gathering of more than 20 people will be prosecuted. Any member of the public who violates the ban on interstate movement as outlined in this guideline will be prosecuted. The next phase of containment is scheduled to begin on May 4th and last until May 17th, 2020. Still on coronavirus, 4 household relatives of the COVID-19 index case in Bayelsa State, Nigeria have tested positive for coronavirus. They were counted among the 204 confirmed cases of COVID-19 released by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control on Thursday. Confirming the status this Friday in a press conference, the co-chairman of the Bayelsa State Task Force on COVID-19, Dr. Inodu Nathaniel, said the 4 were among 7 samples sent to the Iruag Reference Laboratory for testing. This brings to 5 the number of confirmed COVID-19 cases recorded in the state. In another development, an international non-profit humanitarian organization, Baywood Foundation, on Thursday distributed relief materials to the Enugu State Council of the Nigeria Union of Journalists for onward distribution to its members to cushion the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. The country director, Barrister Chukwudi Ojeelu, while presenting the items on behalf of the founder, Emperor Chris Baywood Ibe, at the NUJ Press Center Enugu, observed that the government and other organizations have directed their attention towards health workers alone, forgetting the role of the media at this critical moment. Chukwudi said the gesture is in recognition of the fundamental role the media plays in providing daily reports on the deadly coronavirus. The palliatives included 50 bags of rice, 50 bags of noodles, and 50 face masks. The state chairman of NUJ, Comrade Rex Arum, appreciated the foundation for the gesture, saying it was unprecedented in the history of the union in the state. And the governor of Edo State, Nigeria, Godwin Obaseki, on Thursday extended the dusk to dawn curfew from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. for another 14 days. The extension is to take effect May 3rd. Obaseki explained at a media briefing that the measure was to safeguard the people amid the coronavirus crisis, while adding that the state, working closely with public and private hospitals, has screened no fewer than 20,000 people and tested 297 of them. He said Edo State is aggressively pushing to screen a minimum target of about 500,000 people and test about 1% of them, which is about 5,000 in the next few weeks. We'll take a break now, but when we return, in Delta State, a soldier is killed and a policeman critically injured in a clash between the two over lockdown enforcement. Stay with AD4 TV Radio.
There is so much information out there about how to prevent the coronavirus and steps to take protecting ourselves. But what happens when someone contacts it? If you or someone you know is exhibiting symptoms such as a fever, a dry cough, difficulty in breathing, contact the appropriate authorities immediately on the numbers below. Do not try to hide it, otherwise they become a danger to you and others around you. When someone tests positive for the virus, remember, it is not a death sentence. 80% of people infected can be cured. The coronavirus is absolutely no respecter of persons, and it can be you or me the next. We must be united in our fight to end the spread of the disease. My name is Ansik Betum. Be safe for yourself and for others.
This message is brought to you by the United Nations in conjunction with the Federal Government of Nigeria, the Federal Ministry of Health, and the NCDC. Take responsibility.
You're welcome back. Governor Hope Uzodinma of Imo State, Nigeria has appointed Honorable Justice Matthew Emeka Njoku as the acting president of the Customary Court of Appeal of the state. Governor Uzodinma, in a letter dated Thursday, April 30th, 2020, stated that the appointment is with immediate effect. Justice Njoku takes over from Honorable Justice Francis Chukwuma Abosi, who was recently suspended and recommended for compulsory retirement by the NJC after it found him guilty of official misconduct. Justice Njoku has been working at the Customary Court of Appeal, Owerri, since 1999 and was at one time a chief magistrate and chief registrar in the Imo State Judiciary. The peace in Bomadi Town, Delta State, Nigeria was shattered in the early hours of Friday by a bloody clash between soldiers and policemen who were on patrol to enforce the coronavirus-triggered lockdown in the area. The clash began with an argument between both parties over violation of lockdown rules and later turned violent when a bullet fired from a soldier's rifle hit a policeman in the stomach. In retaliation, the soldier was shot at close range and later died. The injured police officer, identified as Sergeant Chukwudi Oswali, is reported to be in critical condition and currently receiving treatment at the intensive care unit of the General Hospital, Ughelli, Delta State. In a swift reaction to the incident, the Commander Sector 1 Operation Delta Safe, Colonel Habib Manu, noted that the Army High Command would commence investigations into the matter to establish what transpired. On the foreign scene, United States presidential candidate Joe Biden on Friday denied sexually assaulting a former staffer, saying the incident she claims occurred in 1993 never happened. Biden, who broke a month of silence on the accusations with a statement, insisted that the allegations made by Tara Reid, a former staffer in his U.S. Senate office, are not true and never happened. He added that he has not reached out to Tara and does not remember her making any complaint. The allegation comes as Biden is preparing to take on President Donald Trump in the next U.S. general elections. Anderson Cooper, a CNN broadcaster, is the proud father of a newborn baby boy, Wyatt Morgan Cooper. The broadcaster shared photos of Wyatt at the end of Thursday's televised weekly global town hall on the coronavirus pandemic. Cooper, who is gay, said in his on-air announcement that he never thought it would be possible to have a child, adding that he is so grateful for all those who have paved the way and for the doctors, nurses and everyone else involved in his son's birth. Most of all, he said he is eternally grateful to the surrogate who carried Wyatt, watched over him lovingly and gave birth to him. India's Home Ministry says India will extend its lockdown for another 2 weeks, with relaxations in certain areas. The ministry said the government will continue stricter measures in places classified as red zones, such as New Delhi and Mumbai, and orange zones which have relatively fewer cases. Officials say the nation has boosted its domestic production capacity for key medical supplies like ventilators, oxygen and personal protective equipment. Meanwhile, South Korean scientists said a number of reported cases of coronavirus patients relapsing after overcoming the disease were due to testing failures. Researchers at the South Korean Center for Disease Control and Prevention say it is impossible for the COVID-19 virus to reactivate in human bodies. A total of 277 patients in the country were believed to have fallen ill for a second time in China and Japan. This prompted concerns that the virus could be mutating so quickly that people were not necessarily immune to catching it again. However, genetic analysis of the virus have not found any substantial changes which would effectively disguise it from the immune system. That's it in AD4 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. You can join the conversation on our website at www.ad4tvradio.com. Please follow us on our social media platforms at AD4TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at AD4TV Radio. Many thanks for watching. I am Merciful Ajinomo.